Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the wealthiest nations on the African continent. You know, usually when people talk about Africa, it's about poverty, famine, or, if you're watching a really weird documentary like The Mating Habits of the Dung Beetle. But we're not doing that today. Nope. Today we're talking about money, success, and economic powerhouses, the side of Africa they don't always show you on the news. Get ready to be amazed because some of these countries are so rich, they make Scrooge McDuck look like a guy who collects spare change from those take a penny, leave a penny trays at gas stations. Seriously, get ready to have your perceptions challenged, your minds blown, and maybe even learn a thing or two. Let's do this. First up, we're heading to the land of jollof rice, Afrobeat music, and more hustle than you can shake a stick at. It's Nigeria, baby. With a GDP of over $400 billion, Nigeria's economy is bigger than a lion after a buffet. Now some of you might be thinking, wait, Nigeria? Rich? Isn't that where those email scams come from? And okay, yes, there's a bit of that. But there's also a whole lot more. We're talking oil production, booming agriculture, and a telecommunications industry that's growing faster than a teenager on a growth spurt. Seriously, Nigerians are basically joined at the hip with their mobile phones. They're texting, they're calling, they're probably even using them to order their jollof rice as we speak. And all of this adds up to make Nigeria the undisputed economic heavyweight champion of Africa. Next, we're jetting down south to the land of Nelson Mandela. Breathtaking landscapes and you guessed it, more wealth than you can shake a stick at. That's right, it's South Africa. With a GDP of around $350 billion, South Africa is like the wise old sage of the African economy. It's been around the block a few times, seen some things, overcome some challenges and come out stronger on the other side. Mining, particularly gold and diamonds, has always been their bread and butter. But hold on, they're not just about digging shiny things out of the ground, they've got manufacturing, a thriving services sector, and let's not forget tourism, because who doesn't want to go on safari? South Africa is proof that you can go from a history of struggle to a future of prosperity. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're traveling back in time to the land of pharaohs, pyramids, and enough historical significance to make your head spin. That's right, it's Egypt. But before you start picturing crumbling ruins and dusty tombs, let me tell you, Egypt's got it going on economically. Their GDP is sitting pretty at around $300 billion, thanks in no small part to the millions of tourists who flock to see the pyramids every year. But it's not just tourism raking in the dough. Agriculture's a big deal, and they're sitting on a treasure trove of natural gas. So, Egypt's not just a blast from the past, it's a glimpse into a future where ancient history and modern wealth go hand in hand. Chapter 4. Algeria, the Sahara's golden goose. Hold on to your hats because we're crossing the Sahara Desert to a land with more oil and gas than you can shake a dipstick at. We're talking about Algeria, folks. With a GDP of about $170 billion, Algeria's got more riches than a sheikh's palace. And you want to know the secret to their success? 2 words, oil and gas. They've got so much of it, they're practically swimming in it. But hey, before you start picturing Algerians lounging around on piles of money like Scrooge McDuck, they're also working on diversifying their economy. Chapter 5. Morocco, the jewel of North Africa. Get ready to be transported to a land of bustling souks, stunning architecture, and a coastline that'll make you want to book a one-way ticket. That's right, we're talking about Morocco. This North African nation is holding its own with a GDP of around $120 billion, and it's not hard to see why. From agriculture to mining to a growing manufacturing sector, Morocco is a hive of economic activity. Plus, let's not forget about their incredible tourism industry. People from all over the world flock to Morocco to experience its unique culture, stunning landscapes, and of course, delicious food. Chapter 6. Kenya, the Silicon Savannah. Hold on to your smartphones, folks, because we're heading to the heart of East Africa, where the wildlife roams free and the tech scene is booming. That's right, it's Kenya. Now I know what you're thinking. Kenya? Tech hub? Don't they still use smoke signals over there? Well, get ready to have your mind blown, my friends, because Kenya's got a GDP of approximately $100 billion, and they're not afraid to use it. From mobile money platforms like M-Pesa, which revolutionized banking in Africa, to a burgeoning startup scene that's attracting investors from Silicon Valley, Kenya is proving that innovation knows no borders. Chapter 7. Ethiopia, the rising star of the Horn of Africa. Get ready to be impressed, folks, because we're heading to a country that's been called the cradle of humanity and is now making a name for itself as an economic powerhouse. That's right, it's Ethiopia. With a GDP of about $95 billion, Ethiopia is proving that it's not just about ancient history and delicious coffee. They're also killing it in agriculture, manufacturing, and services. Ethiopia is showing the world that it's here to stay, and it's only a matter of time before it joins the ranks of Africa's economic giants. Chapter 8, Ghana. From Gold Coast to Golden Opportunity. Get ready to groove, because we're heading to the land of cocoa beans, vibrant music, and an economy that's smoother than a bar of Ghanaian chocolate. That's right, it's Ghana. This West African nation is sitting pretty with a GDP of around $70 billion, thanks in no small part to their abundance of natural resources. We're talking gold, cocoa beans, and even a little bit of oil. But Ghana is not just about digging stuff out of the ground, they're also making waves in tourism, manufacturing, and services. Ghana is proving that it's a force to be reckoned with on the global stage. Chapter 9. Tanzania, the safari and spice trade success story. Hold on to your binoculars because we're heading to the land of breathtaking safaris, stunning beaches, and an economy that's as diverse as its wildlife. That's right, it's Tanzania. This East African nation boasts a GDP of about $65 billion thanks to a winning combination of agriculture, mining, and tourism. From the plains of the Serengeti to the slopes of Mount Kilimanjaro, Tanzania has something for everyone and the world is taking notice. Chapter 10. Angola, diamonds in the rough, wealth in the bank. Hold on to your hard hats because we're heading to a southern African nation that's been through a lot but is coming out on top. That's right, it's Angola. With a GDP of approximately $60 billion, Angola is proving that it's not just about diamonds and oil, although they've got plenty of those too. They're also making strides in agriculture, fishing, and even manufacturing. Angola is a country on the rise, and it's only a matter of time before it takes its rightful place as one of Africa's economic powerhouses. And there you have it, folks, the top 10 wealthiest nations in Africa. From Nigeria to Angola, these countries are challenging stereotypes, defying expectations, and showing the world that Africa is open for business. So the next time someone tells you Africa is a continent of poverty and despair, you can hit them with some knowledge. Tell them about the booming economies, the innovative spirit, and the incredible potential that's just waiting to be unleashed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into the world's economy.